Thank you for watching today. This is Kinnear. Welcome to another Starfield video. In the May beta update, we received an entire screen full of new gameplay options. They offer the promise of a survival mode, but what's the real impact? In this video, I'll crank up the settings, run through the starter fights that we all know at Vectera and Kreet. Will we die of the hungry? Will the pirates finally win? Can we find enough beer to quench our thirst? Let's find out. I guess the first question that comes to mind is, when can I change these settings and when does it matter? And it looks like I can change them as soon as I get to the bottom of the mine shaft or the elevator shaft. I don't really have any control to do anything else, but as soon as they release me and I can start to walk, I can open up the settings and adjust them. I'm just going to set these all up one level, hard, for damage. I am going to turn on ammo weight. The carry capacity, I'm going to crank that up. That's going to give me plus 1,000 carry capacity for greatly increased. It's plus 500 for increased. I'm also going to give myself a little better access to cargo. That's not going to be part of my survival criteria. Vendor credits, will bump those up. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to change medical healing to slowly, but I'm going to turn food up. And then sleep healing will make that in limited locations. I absolutely want both positive and negative from sustenance. And we're going to turn up combat affliction gain, affliction prognosis to advanced, and environmental damage and afflictions to advanced. And then we're going to set limited resting benefit for environmental damage. I am going to leave affliction treatment at normal as kind of a balance to the affliction prognosis. And I think you can play around with those too. Essentially what happens in that case is, with affliction prognosis, things can get better or worse at a greater rate than normal. And therefore, for treating the afflictions, I want to actually be able to cure them. If I were to leave affliction prognosis at a normal setting, I might want to change the treatment so that it only affects getting us up to excellent condition, and we would have to do something else. But I'm just going to leave those two as they are. Now at this point, I've already gone through the character creation. I've created a character, taken care of his physical attributes. I do want him to be a pilot for no particular reason other than the fact that I think that's part of the lore I'd like to explore here. Space Scoundrel has piloting, as does Bounty Hunter. I think pistol certification is not important to me. Persuasion's okay. These shouldn't dramatically affect testing out the survival mode, although I will note that choosing pilot in advance will give me thruster control for the space combat. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll find out. I'm going to pick Extrovert, Neon Street Rat, and Wanted as my traits. We'll give him a name, Wash. If you know, you know. We'll confirm it. So I'm going to cut a lot of parts out of this just because I want to focus on the combat and the afflictions and the effects of food and drink.
Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way. Then we all get paid.
We're going to move out into the next area so that we can start the combat with the pirates. Just note that I have looted everything in the area that I can. I am picking up all food items. I'm picking up all drink items. I'm picking up all med packs just so that I have them on hand. We'll set this little explosive container over here. And we've watched the conversation between Lynn and Barrett. At the end of that conversation, Crimson Fleet is inbound, and that's what we're interested in. I am going to grab the med packs off the ship. I have a pistol that I found inside that I believe has a radiation or a poison perk on it. It is the Eon pistol, the same one you find out here.
Just like the emergency drill.
Crimson Fleet's coming in. Let's see if I can throw this inside. Actually, I'm not sure I want to throw it inside. I want the Crimson Fleet to come out so I can fight them. But let's do a little bit. They are knocking me down fast. So I'm definitely taking more damage. Load up and see if I can get one of them taken down. does feel like they're absorbing a few more bullets. Okay, got one of them down. They're kind of everywhere. Health is down a little bit. That guy went down pretty easily. That guy's not going down, but that's probably a distance and accuracy issue for this pistol. So can we switch over to, what else do I have? The Maelstrom? There's a guy over there. Deal with him in a second. Oh, almost shot that guy. Okay, he was almost down anyway. I think this is my last pirate. I do have to duck off to the side. I'm running through full magazines on these weapons and not killing them. Look at the healing. So I took a heal pack, and that's very slow. Originally, a med pack would give me 4% healing each second for 10 seconds for 40% total. Now it gives me 1% healing each second for 40 seconds, still for 40% total, but much slower. So we'll loot everything else here. I will change into a set of pirate armor. Then we can wrap up our conversation with Barrett and Lynn, jump on the ship and go. Yes, yes, we'll miss you too, Lynn.
Before I say something I regret.
I recommend that you loot the entire ship when you get on board. I won't show that all here, just to save time.
Shields ready. The rest is up to you.
Okay, once we're in space, we're waiting for combat to take place. Vasco will ask us to put at least a point in the grav drive so we can proceed to the next step. Double check that I have some ship parts in case I need them. We get the indicator that we have successfully powered up all systems.
You've proven an adequate pilot.
Excellent. I'm an adequate pilot. There's my Crimson Fleet enemy. Locking in. I'm not really doing anything spectacular from a tactics perspective. Kind of spamming weapons at this guy. I do have thrusters, if you'll notice that, because I took that piloting skill.
Is particularly effective.
I'm knocking him down. My shields are only going to 70.
If you can keep
Not bad.
centered on the HUD, we can log in to fire a home.
So ship combat in the frontier is not a problem. At least one-on-one. That was not an issue whatsoever. Didn't really seem like he was knocking the shields down dramatically. I don't know how that compares to without a modifier, but it did feel like the fight against the Crimson Fleet pirates on the ground at Vectera was a little more work compared to fighting that one ship. We'll get two more here in a second.
Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
Get the first one down. My shields are dropping into the 60s. We're pursuing him. Yeah, our shields are dropping into the 30s, but that's primarily because we're fighting two of them. Because I'm fighting one and flying right into the face of the other one. Vasco's put my shields back up pretty quickly. 17, that's not bad. Yeah, space combat is not bad. Not bad at all. So this is on hard setting. However, we don't know what the effect will be as I level up. When I get into higher end systems and higher end ships, ship combat can be considerably harder if there's a level differential. Right now, this is the starter space combat fight. It's basically a training mission, so being relatively easy is understandable. I'll withhold judgment on that. I don't think I need to crank up the difficulty for space combat. I might need to test space combat on a more advanced character. But let's head for the research lab on Kreet next.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
Do a quick review here. These are the settings we have in gameplay options. I don't really think the carry capacity or the weight issues are an impact right now. I did want to get to around 25% XP bonus. For a short test like this, the XP bonus isn't going to play into it that much. I'm going to avoid combat with any of the local animals, just because I want to save ammunition. We'll go straight for the research lab. I will not include it in the video, but I will loot anything and everything I find inside the research lab, just so that I have plenty of food and drink items. I will skip ahead to combat when possible.
Curious, these are United Colonies markings, but we are in free collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once seen. I believe the enemy is near.
We'll go to the end of the hallway into the kitchen area. Again, I'm just picking up food items. I hear some pirates in the next room. My status is hydrated and fed with 17 minutes left. I think there's a way to get that out of there, but I would have to knock it off the shelf or something. There's a beer for some damage mitigation. Let's go ahead and take that. I don't use damage mitigation that often. I've been able to ignore food and all these items a lot in the normal game. But let's take it now and see how it goes. Let's go get out of the way. Oh no, inbound. Well, I can play that game too. Here, chop chop.
Peace is no longer a viable option.
I took a little bit of damage. Not a lot. And Vasco's in the way again. I guess I have to go up close and personal. We're just going to go with the axe here and see how that goes. Okay. I took about a third of my health fighting these three. The axe works fine. Actually, the axe works better than I expected against them. I will loot everything in the cafeteria area and move on. Before I go, we'll heal up just with food. My health at this level is around 300. Food items are giving me 20 points of health or 40 points of health immediately, as long as they're available. So I ate 3 items there, and it says that I am fed. Let's go upstairs. We'll loot all the rooms on the side and move on down the hallway. We have a fragmentation mine and grenade here. Med pack. And we know there are 2 pirates right outside the door. Go ahead and use this fragmentation mine. That wasn't very far. We need to throw that farther out.
Violence imminent.
I think Vasco may have started that fight. And we ended it. Nice. There are 3 or 4 pirates above us. We'll just work our way around the room and loot anything we can. There should be 1 pirate at the ground level that we'll need to take care of. My grenade fell out. That still killed him. Good. I've looted everything down here and we're moving up the stairs. There's 1 pirate up here, this cafeteria area. We'll take care of them. That axe is fantastic. Vasco, get off the stick. We'll clear this area out. There's a pirate in that doorway. Shoot him in the knee. Strangely enough. Come on.
Now look at you.
So we mostly killed a pirate by shooting them in the knee. Okay. Took a little damage. That pirate is stuck. Okay, that one doesn't really count. That's not a good test. We'll just eat a little food. So we're getting 20 health out of these, 40 health out of these. We're getting really nice health bonuses because they have been turned up to a higher level. So at a low level, my health is relatively low. These provide us with a very nice healing boost.
Listen up. We got someone trying to jump our skull. Hold them off here.
Okay, the pirates are talking about Brogan.
I'm on it. No one's getting.
Then we have a couple around this corner. Get up there and fight him, Vasco, if you're going to get in my way.
Exterior damage. Please avoid getting shot. You might.
One more down. Work our way through these guys. There we go. Need a little faster fire rate to knock him out.
You appear to be prioritizing our deaths.
We might be 20% down in health. Where are you, Mr. Pirate?
Of our view.
Yeah, that Maelstrom does a pretty good job on him. The pistol, not so much. Not very accurate, but okay. So we'll loot this area and go upstairs. There's nothing in this outer area, but inside this next room, see inside there, we're going to loot all those guys. Not a lot here, but there is a data slate with a little bit of story if you're interested in that.
I'm detecting a safe near.
This room has a safe and a heat leech.
Of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipics and a.
Kill it, loot everything, open the safe, go upstairs. Upstairs we can loot these 2 boxes. Science crate, and then we're ready to go outside and face Brogan. I'm not going to talk to Brogan. I'm going to blow up the explosive canister next to him to kill the other pirates, see if that works, and then I'm going to take out Brogan one-on-one and see how hard he is to take down. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's don't talk. Let's just, let's blow that up and kill the other pirates. Yes, and see what it's like to take Brogan down. Got 1 white bar. Okay, he's on his 2nd white bar. Not going quickly. On his 3rd white bar. And he took me down to half. Took a med pack. We can see that very slow buildup of that med pack. Now we're down to his real health bar. Aim, I'd have a much better chance of killing this guy. Oh, he's hidden. I'm not even hitting him, I don't think.
I am aiming.
Okay. How about if we put ammunition in that gun? Okay, great idea. Oh, he's in a down state. We're just going to use the axe on him. See ya, Brogan. So the pirates outside, the explosive took them out all at once. And took a little bit of health away from Brogan. It took some work to get him knocked down. It feels like that was a little harder than before, but I'm not really sure.
But I hear it is terrible.
Now we have a series of pirates outside.
Flawless health compromised.
I don't think I can hit these guys from here anyway, so this isn't a very good test. They're not really doing much damage to me. A little bit.
Are trying to kill me.
Vasco, just talking trash at him. That's great. Fine, I will shoot you with my pistol from up here. How did that go? Cloud of poison. Okay. Got the gun up top. Oh, nice coachman. Interesting. Tissue infection. What else did we get? We got status effects. Puncture wounds and cellulitis. So can we take meds for those? 2 purple afflictions. I took 1 and it didn't clear them out. I have the dark orange or red affliction. Puncture wounds were cured, but the other 2 are still there. I don't think I'm afflicted anymore. So I gained 2 afflictions based off of combat damage. Now I'm fed and now I'm hydrated. That keeps happening as well. I am getting fed and hydrated indicators even though I have not eaten anything or drank anything. Usually when I'm switching weapons, which is kind of odd. But... okay, I've got one more guy over here. And evidently I'm leveling up my boost pack. Where is he? Well, there's a dead guy. He's inside here. He's inside this rock formation, shooting at me. How did he get in there?
I'm in over my head!
Meet my coachman. There you go. Cloud of radioactive dust. Felt like combat was a little bit harder than it was before. It's kind of hard to judge it because the very first time you go through this, everything is new, and so to me it felt like it was a little difficult then because I didn't even know how to reload a weapon at that point in time. It was all new. So I think it was a little more difficult as far as combat goes with the pirates.
To reach the lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New.
Also notice that I did need to eat. If I didn't eat and drink, I would get debuffs. And so if I ate and drank, I would be set for 30 minutes, which is an interesting time limit. If I go onto the ship and I am fed and hydrated and I sleep for an hour, that uses up the 30 minutes of food and hydration that I have. And so I am suddenly malnourished and dehydrated. So anytime I decide to go sleep, I'm going to have to eat and drink when I wake up, which is an interesting point as well. So again, there you have it. I think the answer is that the combat does feel like it's a little more difficult, and certainly the afflictions kicked in. I did not experience any environmental issues. I didn't have any exposure to any big sandstorms. I didn't have exposure to heavy doses of radiation. So I suspect that would give me the same effect as just kind of a random affliction that popped up as well, and I'd have to treat that with medications. But I did have in normal combat 2 random afflictions occur to me after fighting the pirates on the roof of the Kreet research lab, and I had to take meds for those. Now, the unusual thing about the meds that I took was that one of them looked like it worked immediately. I got an indicator saying it had cured something, and the small indicator went away, and the second one did not go away. Still, I think this is promising. I really think that you could take several items that are just quality of life. If you like the carry capacity, or you'd like to have better access to your ship, you could easily trade those off with hard combat and end up with a close to net zero change to your experience gain. So overall, great controls, happy to see them, and with that, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Remember, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and get notifications. This is Kinnear, and I'm out of here.